Everybody, it's Chris or Crypto Wolf Pup. So today I'm actually going to be going over Hex. It's a coin that's been out for 2 years. I never got in on it. I never actually really heard about it until one of the mods in my Discord, Slimetime, who I also do the podcast with, brought this up. It's because they are creating a new chain called Pulse Chain, which will be an Ethereum fork. And from my understanding so far, don't quote me on this yet, but everything that you have on the Ethereum chain will be airdropped a Pulse chain version, with the exception of Ethereum, to my knowledge. I still got to look more into that, and I would definitely do a video on Pulse chain when it comes out. But I told Slime Time I do this, and it looks like an interesting project. So without further ado, let's take a look at Hex. Okay, everyone. So here's Hex. It's the first blockchain certificate of deposit. It says it claims to have 38% reward return per year and close to 500,000 in Hex wallets. So that's pretty good. Now let's take a look at this. So a few weeks ago, Richard Hart bought the world's largest cut diamond called the Enigma. It's billions years old and weighs 555 carats, has 500 and has 55 facets. Richard renamed it to the Hex.com diamond. That's a nice looking diamond, but I'm not a diamond person. Looks like they do sponsor NASCAR as well, so it's always good to see actual live uh, marketing in these projects. It's rare to find. Let's see what else we got here. Future of investing is here. There are a few little videos. Feel free to watch them. It's at hex.com. Probably find them on YouTube too. Let's see, future investing here. Certificates of deposits are common investment tools managed by banks. Hundreds of millions of people use them, creating a market value in the millions of dollars. Hex has taken the concept DC or CDs, added significantly higher average return rates, removed banking fees, and turned them into decentralized cryptocurrency. You can stake your Hex by locking up any amount between 1 and 5,555 days. Your stake accrues rewards every day. The amount of yield depends on the length of stake. The longer pays better. APY of Hex stakes average length around 40%, while non-traditional CDs cover less than 2. In addition to unprecedented yields, there is also tending of Hex price to appreciate. And it's the second recording, so I actually didn't go over the chart, and I actually am re-recording now so I can go over the chart. Since they talked about the appreciation value of it, let's pop over and look at the chart real quick. So they started back in December of 2019 and a very, very small growth, but then it hit around May of last year. It started to do some stuff. It had a really nice jump here. And of course, there's going to be a dip. There's always the dip. A little hype back up, dip, dip. So overall, it looks like a fairly healthy chart. Let's take a look at the last month though, because we know how the last month has been just torture for a lot of people, a lot of projects, even over 90 days. Of course, there's a little dip before all the nodes started really going down. And this has been, it's been steady. It's been up and down. Of course, it's always going to be up and downs. But I mean, overall, it actually doesn't look like it's doing that bad, especially in the last 14 days. When we look at how bad the market's been, or we'll do last week. Of course, there's a dip because everything pretty much went down yesterday. This is no exception here, but we're climbing back up and returning nicely. So chart wise, actually looks like it's pretty healthy. I do like it. It's not like constantly going down, and And overall, it does look like it's steadily increasing. So it's still pretty cheap. What is it, like 17 cents, I think, right now? It says on the website. 16 cents. Okay. So I did want to add that in because I mean, charts are very helpful when making a decision. And of course, this is how to help you make your decision. I'll let you know what I'm planning on doing after this. But so right now, it's just for you to help make your decision. It has no central entity, no bureaucracy, and no overhead. No bonuses awarded to anyone outside users of people who stake Hex. As a simple use high yield investment tool, Hex makes you the bank. Okay. Let's see. It's price 16 cents, market cap 93 billion, market rank 8. I'm not going to read over all these if there's anything that's super useful, but definitely come and take a look at them. 891 days. Okay. Average staking length 6 years. So people staking, I mean, I guess there's some belief, some belief in it here. Price doubled 13 times. I like that one. I never actually seen anything like that in any other website. Average double time 69 days. Exchanges 77. So, I mean, this is similar to a lot of the nodes, but so but it's staking. Just remember that. So you can pull it out at any time, and actually, I kind of like that. Of course, that's not something that's set in stone. It's going to dictate on price, but okay. Buying just 105 at the all-time low would have made you a millionaire without staking. There's always going to be numbers like that. Get started, only 4 steps. MetaMask, get Ethereum, swap it for Hex, and stake it. Hex is special. First blockchain CD. I don't know if that's true or not. I have nothing to refute it, or I have nothing to back it. But that's what they're saying here. So I'm going to take the word for it until I see otherwise. Incredible performance. Cryptocurrencies are the highest appreciated asset class in the history of mankind. Bitcoin's price 6 million, and I am so regretting not buying Bitcoin when it was like $5 and for completely forgetting about it in 12 years. From 0.01 to 65,000. X appreciated 9,481 times so far, outpacing both Bitcoin and Ethereum. X removes the middleman. X is a finished, immutable, unstoppable smart contract with 3 independent audits. So that's good that they have multiple audits from 2 of the top blockchain expert auditors in the world. Let's see, by design. Sorry. By design, where was I? No one owns anything. Nobody owns. No central authority, so no one owes anybody anything. Sorry, I had a little distraction. But as long as you have your private key, you truly own your Hex. Hex shares 16,104. I'm not going to look at that, but feel free to do it yourself. We saw the chart. I don't want to make this 2-hour long video. It's my last video before the pre-record was about 45 minutes to an hour. Hex inflation is capped at 3.69. Okay, so it's nice that they're capping it. Let's see, more than 300,000 BTC and over 30 addresses minted their own Hex for free use. For using the Hex contract, Hex is the first cryptocurrency with the charts of its future lock supply. Now you can see when big stakers are set to expire and plan around them to receive your Hex at times for low supply. So you can see when big stakers are set to expire and plan around them is very interesting to see that. Because if you're good with numbers, and I'm trying to get to that point, and so I may work on that if I end up getting some Hex, is to be able to work around that. So the big stakers, if they decide to sell, it won't hurt you that bad because of the timing you did. X pays 38 APY average. Stakers get reports daily. It's always nice to get daily rewards. This multiplies your ROI when Hex price appreciates against the USD. Active stakers also receive penalties of other users who end stakes earlier or later than they committed to. Okay, so it's nice that they're going to penalize you if you pull it out, but it is not completely locked like a lot of places I know of. I mean, you want to avoid getting the penalties, but Hex rewards longer and longer stakers result in an average APY around 40%. Okay. And good amount of advertising, real world advertising. So that's nice. Few community made websites haven't checked out, but maybe worth a check in another video. Muse storytelling. I have no idea what that is, so I'm not gonna watch it, but I'll take a look and see what it is. I guess we could pop up their Twitter, see how many people are following them. Close to 15,000. Nope, that's not it. No idea what that is. Hex movie? Hex documentary? Well, I said I want to take a look at their Twitter following, so let's see. Ah, that is a lot of followers. A lot of followers. Wow. It's not expecting a number that high. That's another thing I didn't add into the video yesterday when I did it, so I'm glad I'm re-recording. It's a nice little picture here on, or if that's actually the website to actually purchase it. Not sure. Looks like it might be. How it works. First, high yield blockchain CD certificates of deposit or time deposits are worth trillions of dollars. CDs are worth more than gold, credit card companies, and cash. CDs pay higher interest than saving account requires money to be deposited for a fixed time. Banks profit on poor customer service while early withdrawals and auto renewing you at worse rates. The pay is pitifully low. Yeah, not something I do agree with. New money is always be printed all the time, making yours less valuable. True. Hex monetizes the time value of money in a total new and better way. It takes the concept of CDs to the next level. And Hex replaces insufficient currencies, banks, and payment networks with verifiable, secure peer-to-peer technology. Hex, you're the bank. Generally, what the whole idea around DeFi is, then you start getting into nodes and stuff like that. So let's see what else. What do you want to know more about? Price of Hex price of Hex appreciating faster than others. It's going to be a lot of stuff here. So I'm not going to go over everything. I am curious why it appreciates faster than anything else, but kind of went over that already because I think they're actually talking about like against US dollars, but let me just check. Superior product Hex is uncorrelated from the performance of other cryptocurrencies because Hex's liquidity is against the US dollar. Okay, so that's good. And I do see that starting to become a little more of a trend. I mean, there's definitely makes it more stabilized, but remember, it's not a stable coin. So I'm actually going to do a video later on in the once I get the basics of crypto series going. That'll explain liquidity and how it generates, or um, how how it gets the value of your coin, or how it helps. Uh, so looks like the big key thing here is being liquidity against USD. Result of having liquidity instead of against BTC or Ethereum or Avalanche or any other chain coins that a lot of the companies do, which could also be good, because if there's a coin that launches now and Avalanche shoots up like I'm expecting it to, not financial advice, so it could definitely be good for the project. Life-changing wealth creation comes with extreme volatility. Yeah, more risk, more. Let's see. Most successfuls have a withstanding harsh price fluctuations. 6 million return in 12 months. Bitcoin dipped 94%, 95%, 81%, 86%. They definitely did their math and their homework. Some exchanges flashed as close to zero as possible. Amazon dropped 95% once too. I wish I would have been in the stocks, and that would have been nice to grab. It handles over 50% of all internet sales in the US. Hex first price dipped and 81%, 73%, 59%, 67%, 87%, and then went to new time highs. Price dips are often opportunities for the impatient to give their money to the patient. I like that saying. Hex's large price movements up and down are a feature, not a bug. People who buy at the top and sell at the bottom hand their money to those who buy at the bottom and sell at the top. Transfer in monumental value from traders to holders, lowers volatility over time, holds the price up. So that's why I think staking could be good if you can find a good platform. One of these platforms is not stable pool, but something like that. Just a little rough. It's in its own coin, but the coin seems like it's doing fine. We've seen the chart. Hex stakes average around 40 APY. Honestly, between 1 and 5,555 days, you're probably going to have to do some really good math and look at the APYs. So that's something I'm not going to really go over. Feel free to go over it yourself if you want. Cryptocurrencies highest appreciating. Not going to go over that, but it is very, very, like, it can make people rich. Hex is low inflation. Hex has a lower inflation rate than Bitcoin did, even after Bitcoin cut the rate in half twice in the first 2 years. Hex's inflation dropped to under 3.69% a year, or it took Bitcoin 10 years. Hex stakers are paid inflation to hold the price up. Bitcoin miners are paid to sell the price down. Miners hand the money over to mining hardware and electricity companies, which are so pretty much looks like it's explaining a proof to work to proof to stake, which I'll go over those in another video as well. Hex stakers earn more yield than the inflation rate. Only a small part of the hex is actually staked, around 10% at the time of writing. Don't know when this was written. Because the 3.69 inflation is applied to all hex in existence, the average APY stakers dozens percent per year. Very mathy. I mean, it's a coin designed to stake, I think. So, and it's nice they're not promising these huge numbers. And well, I guess inflation, you don't want a huge number there, do you? 3.69. I don't know what the inflation rate for the US dollar is. So honestly, this one's a little over my head, so we're going to continue. Hex stickers are worn every day. Hopefully there'll be a page on that, but I do want to see, we can actually take a look at this instead of reading over all this. Being blocked. So, okay. They got a Nobel Prize though? Huh. So I guess we'll go over this real quick. By sticking the hex stakers reduce the supply, which puts upward pressure on hex's price. Stakers receive rewards for not being able to sell their hex while it's staked. You can choose a fixed frame rate, single day to 5,555 days, about 15 years. Longer stakes earn more rewards, longer pays better. You can have multiple stakes too, huh? Cool. Okay, about the hex share system. When you start stake, you burn your hex and receive shares called T-shares. In return, the longer you stake, the more shares you get, the longer bet pays better. Longer pays. I don't know why that's in quotes, but each day at midnight UTC, every single share accrues rewards and hex. The more shares you have, the more rewards you receive. Oh, 1 T share equals 1,000 B shares equals 1 million M shares equals 1 million shares. You can calculate exactly how many T shares a new stick would get you. Is it going to be like a point? Like if you have 1 million shares or M shares, is it going to actually say M shares? Or is it going to be like 0.0001 T shares or however that breaks down? Kind of wish this was broken. This was explained a little more. But I mean, I guess if you do it, you'll see. Maybe there's something else that'll give me a good rundown of it. Maybe we'll come across 60 million in on-chain liquidity. At the time of writing, there is over 60 million on-chain liquidity just on the Uniswap alone. So they have a lot of liquidity. That's why people cash out millions of dollars. The price continues to go up. Okay, I'll go over liquidity and price in another video. So if you don't know what that is, definitely keep an eye out. If you do know what it is, $60 million worth on the on Uniswap. Liquidity enables a price to appreciate. For example, Bitcoin has hundreds of millions of dollars in liquidity, which makes it very hard. This is actually explaining it here a little bit. So I'll do a more in-depth video on this, but so Bitcoin's $1 million in liquidity, which makes it very hard to move the price in a meaningful way. Institutional investors have bought millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. The price barely moved because relatively high liquidity. Bitcoin's liquidity sits most on centralized exchanges, while Hex is transparent on-chain in decentralized exchanges like Uniswap. Hart's Law. Hart's Law states that cryptocurrency price will go up or down with Bitcoin price because they're bonded by liquidity and they're trading pairs. For instance, in the case of Ethereum, the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, which is what the Ethereum uses for liquidity, I believe. Since they are literally interchangeable with one another, when one gains value, they both do. Most of Hex's liquidity is in USDC, a stable coin backed by real USD. Because of this, Hex price moves independently from other cryptocurrencies, highly uncorrelated asset, which makes it important for diversification. I explained before, it's it's definitely going to help with stability, but using a chain coin as liquidity could help the price go up. There's good and bad on both, and the USDC is, starting to see a few projects do it, but it's not widely available yet. They've been around for 2 years, so maybe because people are seeing what's going on with the price, maybe that's why they're doing it. It's already launched, so I'm not going to go over that. Security, it's more secure than Bitcoin. 2 audits and 1 economic audit. See what else. Bitcoin had some bugs. Okay. Just talking about the audits here and some of the issues Bitcoin had. Access no middleman. We don't really need to go over this one, do we? No. Access 100% uptime. It's operated 100% with no bugs for 2.5 years. So that's good. Access unstoppable. Very that's that's definitely not based on facts. But and I don't know, anyone can run hex code. The community has released numerous open source to make it even easier. Many projects claim to be decentralized. Actually rely on administrators to not change the code. The hex code is a single immutable smart contract on a blockchain which cannot be changed. This is why many developers are so comfortable building upon hex. Even if the website goes down or Richard Hart dies, hex continues to operate. Users can interact with smart contracts via multiple front ends. So this is kind of, there's always stop hex. There's no turning it off. Well, then things can't be changed here, period. Anyway, once a contract's out, it can't be changed, but without a migration. As for being completely unstoppable, I mean, I'm not a genius, but I'm sure there's some way you could break it down. I don't know how, but how to store hex. It's going to be a MetaMask. As mentions about Trezor. So you're going to see that. I was very impressed with when I saw that yesterday was security page. Blockchain is highly decentralized, highly secure database. Hex runs on Ethereum. Hex has no negative externals. I mean, there's so much stuff here. It really is. Hex is pre-viral. Why is Hex so special? It's pre-viral. It's not yellow on any exchange and is still a gatekeeper on multiple big sites. This cryptocurrency market cap for few people know about Bitcoin, even fewer know about Bitcoin Cash. Almost nobody even knows about Hex. It's also still complex to even buy Hex. Okay, so Pulse Chain is a Ethereum fork coming up that is really caught my attention. Well, not my attention, sorry, the attention of one of the mods in my Discord. That's why I am making this video, because I mean, he is really into it. He thinks it's a really good thing. So I want everybody to take a look at it and see if it's something you want to do. Apparently with Pulse Chain, there is going to be anything that if you're holding Hex, or I believe he said it's anything other than Ethereum that you're holding on there, when Pulse Chain comes out, it will actually double your Ethereum chain holdings, with the exception of Ethereum, if I'm remembering that correctly. Definitely come to my Discord and ask Slime Time about it. He's been covering this for a while. Well, which would actually lower transaction fees not yet released. Imagine a future where it's easy to build fiat on-ramps, allowing users to directly dollar cost average into Hex with lower fees. I'll probably do an independent video on Pulse Chain too when it gets closer. Hex's speculative stickiness. Hex gives unique analytic tools. Hex's first cryptocurrency world with a chart of its future locked supply. You can see when big stakes are, we went over this already. Big stakes are about to expire and playing around them. I do like that a lot. Value, independence, and security. Rewards, honesty. Sorry, I'm skipping over a bunch of these. This video is going to be extremely long, and I don't like to make videos extremely long. But At least it's not a white paper. I'll give them that. It's nice that all this stuff is here on their website. Hex is cheap. It is like 16 cents. Been around 2 years, and it's that actually looks like it's going pretty decent. We saw the chart before. Hex has superior branding. I'm not a brand assessor, so I don't know. I guess it's a pretty cool name. The logo is pretty nice. They're on NASCAR. I'm not a big NASCAR fan, but that's always nice to know. X may be the first financial product in history, so many billions of dollars being truly time locked for 15 years. And bonds, the Hex shares a rate system. No, it makes it longer stakes. Always receive more rewards and shorter stakes. That's generally, oh, I mean, is it like your rewards increase as well? Or is it just you're getting more back, like generally staking would be? Um, Scientific paper. Yeah, no, no. I try to go over stuff with you, but I'm not touching this paper. Sorry, guys. If you're a math genius, then definitely check it out and let me know what it says, because I'm not going to attempt it. Um, Scam. It's a lot of stuff. Okay. So, still worried. Choose your concern. Am I too late to buy Hex? Nope, you're not. It's Bitcoin rates are going up. It's too complicated, too hard. It's a complex buy. I'll do a video on how to buy it if I end up buying it, but um, I mean, it's gonna be like everything else that you get on Ethereum. Go to Uniswap, switch your Ethereum for your Hex, and you got it. If you choose to stake it, see if we can find out where that is on here, but too risky. Mm. A lot of this stuff is repeated, so I'm scared. Fear's good. It's there to protect you. Feeling what makes large opportunities valuable. This is what being early feels like. You discover something for everyone else where it gains from. Can't afford to use Ethereum. Ethereum fees are expensive. To lower transaction gas fees, Richard Hart is building Pulse Chain. Okay. In the meantime, you use a staking calculator estimated. Only start one if you earn more than one. In the meantime, staking calculator estimated potential profits of stakes. Only start one if you earn more than $100. Otherwise, it's not worth the Ethereum gas. Also, try to use Ethereum on weekends when transactions are usually cheaper. Okay. Could I lose money? Of course you can. Um, there's always a risk to lose money, even if you do stable coins. There's a risk. There's always a risk. So keep that in mind. What's the use case of X? Where does the value come from? Is PayPal valuable? Swiss bank's account. Okay. X uses proof of weight instead of proof of work. So I thought maybe they were explaining proof of stake and proof of work, unless they're calling proof of weight, proof of stake. This could be something I have no idea anything about. X monetizes time by paying you rewards for locking up monetary energy for a fixed period of time. It does what Bitcoin can't. There's a lot of places that are doing staking, but proof of weight, I have to look more into that, I think. What if the Hex smart contracts break somehow? 3 independent audits. I mean, it seems safe with 3 audits, 2 big names. But once again, that is a risk you're running. Is Hex Ponzi? Doesn't sound like it really is. So these schemes usually pretend to have some kind of fake, like a trading block explaining their yield. It's paid stakers comes from inflation and not the other. Okay, so it's coming from the inflation, the, the yield. So Hex a pyramid scheme. Let me go over it. Where does Hex come from? There's always be top 20 as long as there's 20 coins of value, whichever you thought don't belong there. Those your investment blind spots. They went nowhere to the top, making lots of people rich. They went from nowhere to the top, making lots of people rich. This is the difference between desire and the markets. It's hard to believe that the market wants things you don't. Really hard. There are a few coins on the list some people really don't like. However, to learn humility and respect the market will not change. So no matter how hard they yell, many try to change the market by yelling and failing. I do kind of like some of these sayings and how they're explaining them. The lesson is if you're in crypto to get rich or richer, you must respect these 1 billion to 100 billion market cap coins that come out of nowhere. For they show you the highest ROI in the shortest amount of time. If you don't know how they did that, you don't know how exactly the next one will. Hex is everything better than Bitcoin except for the 800. Yes, in 12 years, just 800 websites that accept Bitcoin. I did not know that there were that many places accepting Bitcoin. An efficient market value is a better thing over a worse thing as time passes. I'm sure that'll take me to the Hex versus Bitcoin, which we'll cover. It's Hex a bubble. It's Hex real. You can't touch it. It's Hex backed by anything. Okay, this one actually. Every single asset's value is one only what others want to pay for it. Things are simply backed by shared belief that things value. So it doesn't sound like it is, but it's doing something right because it's been around 2 years and holding pretty stable. Is it legal? No, it's not legal. Will the government make Hex legal? Probably not. At least I don't think it's legal. I'm not a lawyer, but if crypto's illegal, I'm breaking the law. Will Hex be declared a security? I doubt so. Is Hex ownership decentralized? Why is there a note? So I'm not going over all this because a lot of this is basic questions. This is really just a review for the people who are interested in it. I will be going over this stuff and basics of crypto. I just don't want to take this video forever. Feel free to ask me any questions, comments, or in my Discord. So, why is there no partnership? It's already complete. No building with people. No building with people working means overhead and selling down the price to pay for it. Everyone gets full time. Crypto becomes net seller instead of net buyer. Hex is a completed product unlike 99% of crypto can never be changed. Everything built around Hex is the future. The future is just a bonus. Hex abandoned the need for roadmap when it launched fully complete. Okay. It makes sense. I mean, if they're happy with what it is and it's working and it's still running, then why need a roadmap? Because you really don't need to change what's broken. Maybe eventually things will, because that's something in crypto. You're always going to have to prepare and make changes on the fly. And if they have to migrate and do something, I'm sure they will. It's actually a cult. I'm not even going to justify some of these questions. Is crypto I mean, feel free to definitely look into them, but is Swash trading? Stick text can't move. Except the volume. This one might be interesting. The best opportunity to buy BTC is its volumes. Only changes make money on volumes. Holders and stakers don't. Volume costs the trader. More volume means more traders losing money, hoping to get back by shifting less to some other trader. Market maker in the trending market. Volume doesn't fill your orders. Volume does not give you ROI. So I thought maybe we were gonna talk about the volume of moving, but if I lose my private key, a lot of stuff is in it's not really so much crypt. It's more crypto than hex based. Uh, market cap might be. Market cap is a vanity metric. You can't make money on the market cap. It's just the amount of circulating units. There's no fixed limit. Price can't move. Okay, so I mean, I'm going to go over a lot of this basic stuff, and that's what a lot of these questions seem to be. And it's probably because it's not a white paper and an actual website being marketed to real world people. So, I mean, I definitely give them credit for it, but I'm not going to cover every one of these questions in this video. FAQ. Didn't I just do this? Okay. Some of these are here somewhere. How can I explain hex to my mother? How can I explain hex to a 5-year-old? So you know these dollar bills, right? You can buy cool things like ice cream with them. Let's say that one cup of ice cream costs $1. I should definitely do a video where I draw this out too. Some very powerful people decided they want to print a lot more dollar bills, y'all. They call it inflation. You cannot do anything to stop it. So no, so now there are twice as many single dollar bills. And the single dollar, twice as many. And so the single dollar bill is only worth half as much. So now you need $2 to buy ice cream. This is probably better than any economics class I took in high school, by the way. To make sure you can buy enough ice cream in the future, you should invest your dollar. Hex is one possible way to invest. If you would have bought Hex out with your dollar after it came out 2 years ago, then Hex would be worth $10,000. That's 5,000 ice cream cones. By now, you could buy a whole. Well, I actually did mention by now you're going to buy a whole truck full of ice cream with that. Hex is a cryptocurrency, so buying a cryptocurrency is a little more complex. Setting up an email account. Most people who sell crypto are only allowed to sell it to adults. So if you're under 18, ask your parents to buy Hex for you. I really hope they're not trying to market to a 5-year-old with this. But anything long-term goals? Place gold as a standard of value. Place credit card companies like PayPal. Okay. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if they're actually really trying to pull that off. Multiple stakes, yes. Staking for 1 year, 5 times as good as 5 times 1 year. No. Staking 5 years more. Okay, so this goes over a little bit of the staking. Some of the real information we could use. So you're going to get 100% bonus shares up to 20% a year, which means you get paid out twice as much if you stake 5 times a year. You'll get the 20% bonus shares. I hope they have a chart breakdown of this. I really do. Can I modify? So they are locked at midnight, so you cannot modify. You can emergency end it, but there will be a penalty. Can I transfer? No. Can't transfer it. How long? 1 day to 15 years? How much APY? So it depends on staking and the pool. You get paid shares of the staking pool rewards from a 3.69 yearly inflation based on all hexes in existence. If 100% of hex were staked, everyone will get 3.69 yield. Currently, only around 10% are staked. The average payout for stakers from inflation is 36.9. Okay, this is definitely something I need a math teacher to look at. If 1% of all hexes were staking would be average APY 369. How do I get paid rewards? At the end of the staking period, you get your principal and the yield. So that's nice that it's kind of like, well, I mean, it's staking, but for those of you who's all in the nodes, it's kind of like a node, but you don't have your initial principal locked up and gone. Just good accounting. Do three things. Do not do nothing after your stake's matured. Do nothing, end your stake. Do nothing. You have a grace period of 2 weeks. So that you lose 1% each week. After 2 years, nothing of your stake is left. This rewards honesty. If you don't end your stake, you slowly get penalized for not doing what you said you were going to do. Okay, I kind of like that. End your stake, it's recommended. Go to there's a website, so we're going to bring that up to look up later. Click on the black button and choose end stake. You get your principal and rewards back. This can be done by a staker who owns a stake. Good accounting. It's an alternative to make sure your stake does not melt away like in one. You secure your hex and make sure you don't get penalized. To actually receive your hex, you still have to end the stake later. Carry over the yield to the next year. It might give you a tax advantage in some jurisdictions. Okay. You could also GA matured stakes. Any other users, maybe you're unable to end one of your stakes for some reason, ask a friend to GA so you don't get penalized. Kind of a little iffy on this one. Maybe once I see it in action. Others. Is inflation bad? Can I? This is going to be a lot of basic stuff. Should I wait for the price to go? And that's your opinion. Not going to go over that. Can I stake other things in Hex or is it just Hex? No, it's just Hex. Is inflation bad? Not going to go over that. So this is not a economics class. Should I wait for the price to go down? What's in your opinion? No white paper. It's important to put the work in a good website than a good white paper. I do like that. At least this is a little more interesting. But like a lot of my white paper videos I'm doing, trying to cut them down and pulling out some stuff. At least this way you don't have to try and find a white paper if there's something that you saw on here that you want to look at that I didn't cover. Want to contribute? There's no roadmap. Okay. More testimonials? No. Security? I'll bring this up because I did like it. It's just really a list of do's and don'ts, which I'm actually going to be doing. I'm doing a series, so I'll be going over this a little more. But if you want to get a head start on it, I do like this. Never margin trade, you'll lose all the money. That's a big one. That one I like a lot. That I have an idea of margin trading is. I never know. I never plan on using it, so I never really fully understood it. But it's maybe something I'll have to do. Anything else here? Links. I'll take a look at the hex versus Bitcoin. Probably not going to go over this because it's actually a little longer than I thought it was going to be, but definitely feel free to. No, Bitcoin is great. I love that. You can't compare this to Bitcoin because it's not the same thing. This is designed to I don't know. You can't compare one coin to another in my eyes. You just have to look at what the coin's doing or planning on doing and making your decision. Not comparing it to another coin. That's why I don't like forks. I have all these people, yes, this coin is just like this coin. That's doing amazing. I'm going to jump in this coin. But guess what? Your coin just tanked and your other coin's doing great. You have to make your decisions. You have to look over the projects itself. That's why I do these videos. And I know I cut a lot out on this one because this is a massively big website. So definitely feel free to jump in and look some more. I'll let you know what I'm looking at, what doing, but just don't compare coin to coin. Please don't ever do that. It may seem like a good idea, but you may regret it afterwards. But of course, that's just my opinion. You could do whatever you need to do. YouTube, Instagram, Telegram, Twitter. Exchange is a 10. Probably in anyway. Not sure what these front ends are. Yeah, not sure. Looks like it's not even operational, honestly. I don't know, like why some no, because unless it doesn't have a YouTube, no, it should. I'm not sure why some of these are colored and some aren't. A lot of links. Okay. Testimonials. Do we really need to see testimonials? Video testimonials? Yeah. That's nice. Instead of just random words by a possible fake name. That's nice. Let's see. So I think I covered most of this stuff that needs to be covered. Um, Definitely continue to look over this, do your own research, and the staking page, which I guess we'll do a little deeper dive if I end up getting stake. Stay tuned to find out of what I'm thinking. Okay, everybody. So as you can see, it's a very big website, and it's kind of nice that it was kind of more of a white paper video than a website video because it seems like, well, they actually said their white paper is just pretty much broken up into the website, which is very nice for people who maybe not know how to get through white papers or just gets bored with white papers. Not gonna lie, I got a little bored on this one, but I did go through some important things, and I'll definitely do updates on this. Uh, I didn't go over everything because I didn't want this video to be 8 hours long, and I don't know. It just, I guess for the to, for if I'm gonna get any, I mean, I like the whole idea with the new chain and if they're airdrop, I like the idea that it's a that it is designed to stake and give rewards on it, which I'm trying to find, but I couldn't find on the website the reward structure. Hopefully I can find that. If I find that, I'll do an update video on covering that. Um, I mean, the chart has been holding pretty steadily for 2 years. Of course, there's up and downs, but there's always going to be ups and downs. But the fact it really didn't crash. I think I probably will get in some of it after I get paid this week. May go a little higher than I normally do with some stuff. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I do like that he is doxed. He is publicly known. Um, and yeah, I guess I will just keep you updated on what's going on with that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe and check out my link tree and follow on Twitter and all the other fun stuff. And yeah, have a good day.